important instructions, press 2.
Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Blog Talk Radio.
What's going on here?
Just press that.
Where we're from, the 12 tribes of Israel. 721 BC, the Assyrian king, he took us down, we fell.
With a great escape we went through the Euphrates. The Lord held the water still.
To a land where no mankind dwelt,
We went.
the 12 tribes of Israel. We beat
Manasseh, the Cubans, Ephraim from Puerto Rico, Naphtali from the house of Hawaii. The Lord is calling back Israel. Simeon,
the highest gathering in Israel.
the Arabs and Africans told us at gunpoint to gather our wives and children, then sold us.
In the belly of these great ships we traveled and flew.
By the rivers of Babylon we found our brothers here. A higher gather us. Whoa.
From Australia, the Mexicans, a higher gathering in the Haitians, a higher gathering in
See if it says marriage now. Anyway. Reuben from Australia, Issachar, the Mexicans. That's who we be, we be.
Judah, the Negroes, Benjamin, the West Indians, Levi, the Haitians, Manasseh, the
What is
Cubans,
this? Just highlight it.
from Puerto Rico, Naphtali from the house of
Okay.
Hawaii. The Lord is calling back Israel.
Yeah. Yeah, the Methodists. They listen. Our highest gathering Israel. Shalom, my brothers and sisters. Shalom, shalom, shalom. You don't gotta highlight. I got it now. You're the man. You're the man. How you doing, elders? How y'all doing today?
Good.
Blessed by the Most
Like this
High.
coffee, Menace.
Okay, let's propose
Salute.
a salute to the Most High, the brotherhood. And matter of fact, there's nothing but coffee up in here, but we're going to get this thing amped up. We have 300 in here already. Make sure you hit the like button. Hit the like button as you come in. And make sure after the program, go directly to A Gathering 144. Go inside the page, subscribe, and hit the bell so you'll get the notifications going forward. Please, we need you to ramp up those subscriptions because soon, if you do it right, we'll get up to 70,000. And by going to 70,000, we'll automatically be preferred through the YouTube algorithm, if they would allow that. They've been, of course, they've been knocking down our subscriptions, but nonetheless, we're going to fight through. How are you doing, brothers and sisters? I'm glad you were able to join us this evening. I'm Elder Rawchaa of the Gathering Christ Church, along with the rest of the elders, Elder Gabar,
Shalom.
Shalom. We have Elder Lawya, and you just came back from Louisiana. How did that go?
Oh, yes. I mean, beautiful
beautiful congregation. Of course, Southern hospitality, that's a real thing. It truly exists, and those brothers exemplified it on a high level this past weekend. We're working to try to get things up and running and ramped up so that we can get it, rocking there in New Orleans. So all praises to the Most High for that.
And that's my hometown, Lake Charles, Louisiana, and I know I'm coming with you, Elder Lawya. Soon we're going to go down there and get this thing ramped up.
Yes, sir.
Down south in my hometown. I was born Lake Charles, Louisiana, but some way, somehow, the Most High led me to the Church of Philadelphia, but I need to get back there. Elder Gabar, what's going on in the parts? You're about to go to Chicago, I guess.
Grinding. I'm going to be in Chicago on next week. Then I'll be back in New York. And then after that, I'll be going in Ohio. I'm going to Ohio, Deacon Inya's church. We're going to be there talking with the brothers and sisters there. So watch out for me. I'm going to be in Ohio in 3 weeks, most I will.
All praises.
Okay.
All praises.
All praises be to the Most High. Yes, jumping right in. Of course, we have a timely discussion. And brothers and sisters, I don't want you all breaking out into fights with this particular topic. It's a topic that's needed. It's along the lines of of the scriptures we have, the conversations and classes we've been having in the academy and otherwise, the battle between man and woman. How can we knock down that barrier that Satan have placed in between us?
Yeah.
And through that, a few things have come to my attention, okay? Now, next week, we're going to have on a brother that you probably all know. I've spoken with the brother. He's a little crass, but he says he'll calm it down a little bit for our discussion next week. Minister Jack is going to come on next week to give us some insight to why this new particular movement, MGTOW, have actually gained so much attention amongst men, not just black men, men in general, highlighting the negatives in our system today when it comes to the portrayal of men, how men are being treated as second-class citizens, even behind women, and the homosexual movement, like men in general have become a second-class citizen. And if men in general have become a second-class citizen, man, where does that leave the black men? Well, because of this, men are rallying to this new particular movement called MGTOW, men going their own way. Now, how does this impact our people, our family going forward, if men decide to go their own way, and what does this particularly mean? Yeah. Now, as far as I did my little research in it, and I have someone come in who have some insight on it, that it's not what you would call LBGT type of movement where men are choosing the spirit of homosexuality. So usually when I think of men going their own way, you would think it's men with men. But no, this is men who are now working more so towards, it's an anti-system movement. And with this anti-system, they've thrown women in the bucket with it and say, if the women are with the system, we're anti-women also. Not that we don't like the beauty of a woman and all that a woman have to offer, but the system is unfair, disproportionately. It's aimed more towards oppressing the man and uplifting the woman over the man. So MGTOW has a movement called Men Going Their Own Way, and we want to understand what this is, not by saying there's anything right about it, but to see if there's any of those tenets that are being led through really the Spirit of the Most High saying that men need to stand up to reset a system that have always been stacked against us. There's no doubt that we need a reset. The feminist movement have totally destroyed masculinity. So we do need a reset, but I would like to phrase it at the end of this with the shirt you have. Let me slide over Elder Gabar and let's see if we can flashing on your shirt. Right? I like your shirt. Your shirt is what?
GGW, man going God's way. Right?
We want to change that movement into men going God's way.
That's it.
A men going God's way.
Amen.
Right? Where all can benefit, not just, men.
Right.
Let's see if we can find a way in which we can go God's way and the women can benefit also.
Amen.
All right. But anyway, it's going to take some sacrifice. Right? Mm-hmm. Brothers and sisters, this is going to take some sacrifice, and not just with the men. If we're going to go God's way,
we all got to.
let me tell you, it's going to have to be a lot of sacrifice from the sisters also.
Amen.
Now, before I have someone that's on the line that's going to give us some insight to what this MGTOW is, right?
Yep.
Before we go into it, 515-605-9327. Before we go into it,
Yeah.
Elder Gabar, I know you've done some research. You've been looking online with this MGTOW thing.
Yeah.
Okay, right now, and I think sisters are up in arms against this new movement.
Yeah.
What is it? Because so many people online are saying, giving their own opinion of what this is.
Yeah.
Is it anti-women? You can bring that mic. Give us some insight to what you've examined.
So, this is about going into a month now. I stumbled into this organization by accident. He is doing some research in regards to the feminist movement and how it's affecting relationship. And then this popped up, MGTOW. And basically, in a nutshell, is basically this is not a man's rights movement.
Okay.
They're not involved in politics in any way, shape, or form. They actually get a little bit upset when you're trying to identify them with any political movement in any way, shape, or shape or form. They're more like a philosophy. It's more like man should self-preserve themselves, and they should not play the game, as they call it, the marriage game, which they will go and get, the divorce rape, as they call it. These are their lingo, not mine. And they basically said that men should not even go into that game.
So when they say the game, you're saying marriage.
Marriage. They should not ever get married. They should never ever get cohabitate with a woman. They could use a woman or several women if they like. They could, they have different stages. And I think the brother's going to come in and explain those different stages and things of that nature. But basically, the nutshell is don't allow women to get in the way of your success, or until you just protect what is your own, and don't allow a woman to come in and interrupt that in any way, shape, or form.
So in a nutshell, it's saying to some degree a man should try to get himself together and focus on that. Then the other way around, in which it was mankind, we are taught to chase status.
Status, yeah.
For the sake of the woman.
Yeah.
Or creating a status so that we can get the woman of our dreams.
Yeah.
And on the other hand, it's saying, well, no, just the focus shouldn't be getting yourself together strictly because of a woman. Mm-hmm. You should get yourself together first. Mm-hmm. You understand? Instead of using whatever the case is, whatever your status is, to get the woman of your dreams. She shouldn't be your total focus.
Yeah.
You should be your focus.
Yeah.
So it's a more so, now I'm going to talk about that because there are some righteous elements in that, but they're going far left with it.
Yeah,
and we're going to talk about that a little later.
Yeah.
All right. So, Lawya, have you ran into the spirit of what that is?
I've heard very little about it, not enough to actually give an educated, as Elder Gabar just did, analysis of exactly what it is. So I'll reserve mine. I think a lot of what I will know about it will come from tonight's broadcast.
Okay, great. Okay. All right. Now, well, brothers and sisters, we have someone on the line here. We have someone on the line. Now, also, I have some history books concerning our the research that was done. on marriage amongst the slaves that was brought over into respective countries, Cuba, America, Brazil.
Okay.
And what marriage was traditionally with our people before it was tainted in the Western world.
So before the marriage license.
Before the
and all
marriage
the government got
license and
involved.
all those things. Because
Okay.
what I'm hearing is a lot of these people that are going MGTOW are actually joining a fraternity against the new system that's being empowered through the government with family court.
Yeah.
Like family court is inordinately balanced,
Yeah.
unbalanced to a degree where it puts a man in spiritual and physical purgatory, in hell.
Yeah.
It become a shackle for the man where he cannot actually aspire to get out of his condition.
Yeah.
Why? Because all of his finances is going into a hole with people
Yeah.
with a past relationship he's paying for.
Yeah.
Through that past relationship, she's able to take that money into a new house and take care of a different man.
Yeah.
So he can't even reset. He can't even adjust himself
Yeah.
for his next family or for the next level of what he's going to do because
Yeah.
he's in purgatory,
Yeah.
having to pay for a prior relationship.
Yeah.
And family court have been decimating our community.
Yeah. Over that. Amen.
Okay, I think this is Mike Maloney here. One moment. Yes, Mike.
Yes, shalom.
Okay, so you ready to come on and tell us what this MGTOW thing is all about?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, give me 1 second and I'm going to bring you right in. We're going to find out what is MGTOW. We have a guest coming on who has more insight on this. And of course, we being the elders of the Gathering of Christ Church will bring some levity to it by saying, well, this is what the scriptures say concerning man and which way they should be going. Yes, sir.
Shalom, Elder.
Okay. I
Are
think
we
he.
here?
I think he thought we got disconnected.
Oh, no, I'm going to bring you in a different way. Hold tight.
Okay. Is it through?
Yeah, I'm going to call you in. Don't worry about it. I got you.
Okay.
Give me a couple of seconds. I'll call you in right now.
Okay.
All right, great. Hold on. Let me call him in here.
Yeah. Put him on. Yeah. We have him on cue.
Yep.
Yes, profound. Other way you're doing that. It's,
Okay.
it's, you know, it's just.
And see, we need to talk about these things because this is what's affecting our people right now,
Yeah,
right?
and that's the truth. And then the truth is the hardest thing for people to accept,
Yeah.
as the scripture says. So we're going to get into that. You know, why is the truth such a controversial discussion in throughout the whole world? With, you know, when Christ says, "If you know the truth will set you free."
Right.
So why is this pushback?
Right.
Yeah.
Having certain discussions. So yeah, this is profound.
Let me see if I can pull him in. Okay, he's unavailable. Let me pull him in this way then. One moment.
Okay.
Well, I guess I'll do it this way.
Okay.
But before we go in, brothers and sisters, for those who come in, please hit the like button. Hit the like button, okay? Please. Make sure you hit the like button as you come on in. We're doing a lesson or a conversation tonight on men going their own way. Of course, this is a conversation, men going God's way, like Elder Gabar's shirt says. And we need to figure out the alternatives men are turning to in a revolt against a system that's more so feminized, where the feminist movement have taken the courage, fortitude, and direction to some degree from the men altogether. And instead of them going into these fraternities, how can we direct this energy where men are fed up towards the right direction?
Towards the right direction.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Men going God's way. Men's going God's way, discussing the war between man and woman. What is MGTOW and is it of the Most High? Now, before I bring in Mike, I would like to play this real quick. And because I'm going to tell you, there's a reset going on right now. Men are fed up with what's going on with a system that have actually that actually, to every degree, oppresses masculinity, who look to take away any level of what you would call financial status that could help or that can help the next generations to come of strong, in particular, not men, but black men.
Yeah.
Okay. And we need a serious reset. Now, of course, we hear the regular arguments that's out there. Men don't take care of their children. That's a give me. All these other things they're saying, exist. It's not like those things doesn't exist. But how is the government using that? How is our government using our disagreements against us? How is these disagreements going into the courts, holding us back from actually building a financial base for ourselves? You ever thought about that? How is it that all these family courts out here, every time you look, they're making new buildings, new elaborate family courts are being built off of whose money? So men are now, they're revolting now. And at the end of the day, our women are suffering and the children are suffering too. I want you all to listen to this real quick. This is Jordan Peterson, who says, he's like a philosopher out there, but sometimes he make good points showing the ridiculousness of the feminist movement.
Yep.
He says, I regret calling MGTOW pathetic weasels. Right? I need y'all to hear this. It's only 3 minutes. Listen to this. And then I'm going to bring Mike in.
Great example of something where you said something, and I'm not thinking of anything in particular. I'm being entirely genuine here. Is there an instance where you feel you said something that appeared to be true to you at the time, and knowing what you know?
Yes, I think I was a little dismissive of the men going their own way, because I think I called them pathetic weasels, and I had my reasons for that. My reasons were, roughly speaking, that
who are the men going their own way, just for context?
Well, they're a group of people, mostly on the net, who've been burned in their relationships, or who conceptualize themselves as having been burned in their relationships. And they believe that the legal structure, in particular, in Western countries, is so tilted against men, particularly in family dispute situations, and divorce settlement, that it's safer for men not to establish permanent relationships with women, not to cohabit with them, ever. And they're a large movement. Now, how large they are, I don't know, but they're large enough. And they have what I would regard as an undue influence over relatively bitter and resentful young men who haven't had great success in the dating market and who are looking for a rationale to write off all women because they're so hurt by their continual rejection. And that is not good for those young men. And so the reason that I disparaged the men going their own way was because I had seen the pernicious effect, these are often older guys, the pernicious effect of their world-weary philosophy on young men. Now, these guys think that they're just warning them, and they are warning them, but they're not just warning them. Now, the reason I regret calling them pathetic weasels is because they also have a point. I do believe that the court systems are staggeringly anti-male, absurdly, horribly anti-male. And I've seen my own clients, some of them who are really, really decent, hardworking, family-oriented people, demolished by the court systems. And so the men going their own way have a point. And so I'm sorry that I called them pathetic weasels, but I outlined my reasons. And so, yes, I do regret that. I have to be careful because I do have a dark satirical sense of humor, and I can utter epithets, let's say, for the sake of punctuating a point, while simultaneously forgetting that 150,000 people will listen to it. So I regret that.
He regret calling them pathetic weasels because he says they have a point.
Yeah.
that the court systems are stacked unfairly. Now the judicial system was supposed to be an established place where it doesn't matter who you are, male or female, could go and get proper judgment, fair judgment for any cause.
Settle disputes.
It's like when a man goes into a family court, he's guilty before even being heard. So because of this, men, now of course, family court really doesn't affect the rich like it more so inordinately affects the poor. It was put in place to stop a man from building any level of assets that would one day be left to his children. The rich don't care about anything. They can make more money. They can pay people off. They can deal with what you would call prenuptial agreements or have estates to leave to others and do things where they don't have to worry about being drug into family court. So these systems were set up to keep the poor from ever advancing. And those under MGTOW are saying, well, listen, we need a reset. We're backing off of the American dream altogether. It's not about the American dream. It's about self-preservation for men at this point. Now, whether it's right or wrong, we're going to get into it. But nonetheless, many of the young men out there who are online are listening to MGTOW, and it's affecting the future of family.
It's very attractive to men just starting life, and I think a lot of men that already are anti-marriage to begin with and settling down could now have a social response why they're 30 years old not married, 40 years old and not married, 50 years old. Oh, I'm MGTOW. Oh, okay. You know, because before, when you were of a certain age, that pressure comes in. When you gonna settle down, boy? When you gonna, make an honest woman out of your girlfriend? And then men didn't have an answer for that. And things of that nature. And even the men that want to just be players and all that, I think a lot of it's very attractive now to those type of guys, because now they could say, well, I'm MGTOW. And then because the argument is so compelling, people could say, I see why you're MGTOW. And things of that nature. So this,
Do me a favor. Pass me that other speaker here. Because I'm gonna bring Mike Maloney in a second. Unplug this. No, not that. Unplug this here.
Yes, sir.
No, just that plug. I'm gonna bring Mike Maloney in. Finish what you had. Go ahead.
So it's I could see why and how. Okay.
No. Get that.
All right.
Find out what that plug into. Not that. This.
All right. So I could see how this could become very attractive to young men, ex-husbands, you name it, across the board. That.
What's going on here?
Okay. Let's see here. Just bear with us, folks. We're just working on some.
Okay. We're back.
Yeah, I'm hearing a little. I don't know if you can maybe.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. We're back. Go ahead.
Okay, outstanding. Okay, there's a little click. I'm hearing.
Hold on.
You have it in your end, Angel? Okay, just making sure. Yeah, it stopped. We're good. Okay.
Hold on. Yeah, we're back.
Yep.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, outstanding. So there is a level of 1, 2, mic check.
Oh man, this
We
thing.
could maybe. Okay, let's see what we get in. It says no sound.
Okay, we're better now.
Yeah, we good. Next time is new. This film. Okay. Boom.
1 second.
It's fine. Okay. Just give us let us know if we come in clear. It's cool. No sound. Okay. It's a delay in my end.
Okay. 1 second. We'll fix it. Oh my goodness. One thing led to another. Oh, it's this here. I'm sorry, fellas. Hold on. is something. That one chord messed everything up.
1, 2, mic
All
check.
right.
1, 2, 1, 2, mic check. Yep.
Okay, we good now.
1, 2.
Hold on.
Is that the mouse clicking that is picking up?
No, it's right here.
Okay.
I know what it is. Hold on. Okay.
1, 2,
we
mic
should
check.
be seeing focus right.
1, 2, mic check. I can hear. I could hear fine. Good. Let me see here.
Okay, we good there. One moment. Let's go here.
Sound is good.
Okay.
There's a bit of delay, but I don't know if it's
No, it's fine. It's fine. One moment.
Okay,
1
it's
second,
clear,
folks. Bear with
okay.
us.
Auto is good on air. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
hearing. Oh, it's clear. Am I in? In the chat.
1 second. Let me fix this.